Last week, I posted some plant stands on the marketplace, and they all sold out quickly. Someone contacted me wanting a set. We agreed on a price and dimensions, and I had a project. And now, a product to sell. I started by planing down my 2x4s all the way down to 1 and an 8, to have more delicate and modern looking legs on the table, unlike what I'd get from leaving everything at 1.5 inches. This makes a big difference in sales on the marketplace. On the table saw, I start by ripping off a square edge, then ripping down everything to 1 and an 8, same as the thickness from the planer. I need pieces shorter than my stop block can make with this project. I improvised with some plywood, but this gives me ideas on having an extender on my normal stop block, a project for later. I've had a lot of people ask me for plans lately, and I'm making them. I started a new website you can access at madbuilds.com, where I'll have plans available for all the furniture I designed myself. I have a membership available where members get all the plans as they come out. Members will get extra blog articles on selling process, any other non-building information I can provide. Thanks for checking it out. While you're at it, subscribe to the channel by clicking subscribe below. Every subscription is a huge help. While I have everything accessible and unassembled, I sand everything nice and smooth, saving me a ton of time later. I finish with the edges, making sure everything is safe and splinter free. For assembly, I make sure to use a flat surface. My workbench is unfortunately not that flat, so I use a piece of melamine that I know flat. I use a piece of wood for consistent spacing, making sure to glue and clamp everything in place before pre-drilling with a countersink drill bit, deep enough to be able to add a dowel behind the screw. I drill off-center for the top hole, because when we assemble both sides, I'll do off-center towards the bottom, avoiding cross-path with the screws. The details about where to do this are in the plan. Time to assemble the two sides. To make this easier, I start by, on its side, clamping the two parts with unglued middle part. This lets me raise it standing, level it doing the second side, and redo that side with glue. Here, similar to earlier, I use two pieces of wood to shim the one I attach. This is a design decision to make the second layer higher. Here's a second one. I make my own dowels from a long one. It's much cheaper and I waste less, as I need really short ones for this project. Add a little glue, then drop a dowel. I let those dry about 20 minutes before the next step. It doesn't need to be extremely dry. While this dries, I have time to prepare the slats for the top and bottom. I'm using pallet wood. Here I'm cutting off both ends to avoid removing all the nails, and to trim off the usually split ends from pallet planks. On the joiner, I join the two faces so that I can finish getting them square on the planer and table saw next. Those boards had a pretty bad curve to them. He needed a lot of joiner work. To cut off the dowels, I use a Japanese handsaw. They're a treat to use and make this job easy. After cutting them off, sand them flush so that they disappear once you paint. I paint my frames black with a semi-gloss interior paint. I sand at 300 grit between my two coats and it gives me a nice smooth metallic looking result. I measure the exact size needed by tracing it on the plank before cutting them all with a stop block on my miter saw. For the bottom planks, I'm going with a slimmer design. On the table saw, I ripped the rest of the pallet wood in half. I decide on the order of my planks before flipping them over and adding the table. They all fit nicely because of the joiner. This wood was not close to be that nice. Again with the countersink drill bit, I pre-drill and screw the planks from under. I came up with this way to hold them in place while I flip it over and screw the planks in place. It works well. Same as the top planks, I pre-drill and screw them from under. To finish, I covered the whole thing, frame and planks, with a wipe-on polyurethane. Those are ready. My customer already came to get them, but I posted those pics on the marketplace, and I'm getting more orders already. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and I know what I'm building this week.